You may remember almost immediately following the Sandy Hook tragedy, there was a push from citizens and some lawmakers to put guns in our classrooms.
In an ABC 6 News special report now, reporter Brianna Long poses that very question to both area educators and gun advocates.
It's a tragedy that rocked the entire nation, the shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut. A gunman opened fire, killing 26 people, most of them children. And in the wake of that tragedy, one question has been front and center. Would things have been different had those educators been carrying guns themselves?
Middle Eastern religions.
Albert Lee social studies teacher Jerry Bijak grew up in a hunting family with several guns in his home, but he says he wouldn't be comfortable bringing a weapon into his classroom.
It's asking for a lot of trouble. It's difficult to get in here, so there are quite a few newer security measures that the school has done in the past few years. So as far as me having a gun or other teachers, I think that would be going down the wrong path.
Bijak says securing the gun would be an issue as well.
I asked some of the students the questions to my older students, and they were all unanimous, like, no, that would be a really bad idea, just as far as, you know, the security of the gun itself and the teacher's ability within kind of a hectic day to be always mindful of that.
The Minnesota Teachers Union agrees.
So I think we're creating more problems by arming more people in schools. If we need to have a police officer there, which some schools need to have, that's where it belongs, with trained officers. But we don't want our schools to become shooting ranges and more tragedy that's going to happen.
But the Minnesota chapter of the Gun Owners Civil Rights Alliance has a different view.
The most important thing in our lives, our children, we trust to these schools, and we want these schools to do everything that they can to keep our children safe. They're acting in loco parentis, they're acting in the place of the parent. And I want to know that my teachers and my schools are doing absolutely everything that I would do to keep my children safe.
I'm going to take
guns in schools would be a way to react to a situation, but what about prevention? Guns and mental health have gone hand in hand in debates since Sandy Hook.
We are 48th in the country on school counselor ratio to students. So it's 750 to 1 counselor. We need to identify those kids, and we need to help them so that we can take care of those issues before they become large and become tragic.
It would be terrific if we could find that 1 in 10 billion who is going to snap and go on a murderous rampage. But that's not going to be the solution either. As hard as we try, we're simply not going to stop every single person who tries.
No law or set of laws.
And while President Obama and lawmakers across the country work to find a gun reform solution, the debates will continue. But everyone seems to be focused on the same goal. We need to keep our children safe.
Violence in our society isn't simple, and there isn't a simple silver bullet that will take care of everything. Wouldn't it be better if these people that we trust with our children had some means to offer effective resistance?
Well, I think the discussion is going to happen in Washington, D.C. Hopefully that those children and those educators' lives are not going to be in vain, and that we're going to take some progressive steps towards making sure that we have the Second Amendment upheld, but also that we have, you know, a conversation that's reasonable about what's the best way to deal with guns in our society.
Conversations to keep what happened at Sandy Hook from ever happening again. Brianna Long, ABC 6 News.
Well, there is a little-known law in Minnesota that allows adults with conceal and carry permits to get permission from the district to carry a gun inside a school. Some Republican lawmakers are working on a proposal that would make it even easier.